Welcome to another episode of Unbiased Transfer Talks, where I give you the latest transfers from England, from people leaving England, from other stories, whatever I get my hands on, my grubby little hands on, and I think is good for the transfer video personally. These are the personal ones that I think are big deals. I sometimes don't really want to talk about stuff that's got no concrete evidence whatsoever, apart from Arsenal stuff. Because they're my team, so I will maybe talk a bit more about them, but I like to see a bit more concrete stuff before like relaying it. But yeah, we're going to start with a bit of a big bit of transfer news. Obviously not the biggest will come to later in the video, but the biggest is going to have its own video. Yeah, so stay tuned, peoples. But starting out, James Maddison to Tottenham. Here we go. We got the here we go from Fabrizio. And now we know. As one of my friends says, Fuyo, now we know. Yeah? If you don't know, get to know that quote. But yeah, listen, James Maddison for Tottenham, amazing bit of business, 40 million. I think that's a good price. I do still think they should be focusing their money on the defence and stuff, but I'm not a Tottenham fan. I don't work for Tottenham, so to be honest, it doesn't fucking matter, in my opinion. But for James Maddison, I don't know if it's a great move, personally. I think that Tottenham are on a downward spiral with Kane leaving and stuff. Don't hate me, it's just how I feel. I think Newcastle was a better fit for him, but it looks like Newcastle may have called interest. So, like, I mean, Championship Leicester or Premier League Tottenham, it's very tight. It's a hard decision. I'd probably sway towards Leicester, but you can understand him going out and shaking. It's a no-brainer for him if that's the only like move. If he can't get Newcastle, Tottenham's a great move. Like, you know, it's just if it was between them two, 100% should have picked Newcastle. But listen, great bit of business for Tottenham. And yeah, it looks like he's going to be signed up. He'll probably be announced in the next few days. Fair play, James Maddison. There were some tweets that come up about James Maddison in 012. Yeah? Yeah. Maddison, I see you. Tottenham love signing Arsenal fans. Yeah, I see it. But going on to the next one, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And he's actually going to my club, my Italian club, AC Milan. I am Italian, so I do have an Italian club and an English club, obviously. Just got to check that. Yeah. I did start recording earlier and it wasn't on, so I've got PTSD. As Arsenal fans, we're prone to PTSD. But yeah, as I said, AC Milan, great signing for AC Milan. I think it's a great move for Loftus-Cheek. I think he's just been unlucky. He's been riddled with injuries. Premier League's a demanding league. Chelsea's quite a demanding team in the sense of, like, they don't really have a system ever, and that, like, whenever Chelsea have been successful, they've had a manager that come in and implemented a system. It never lasts with them. That's the only problem. They never build a culture. Their culture is to switch it up every fucking 2 years. That's their culture. So listen, Loftus-Cheek, great move for him. I think he'll do great in the Italian league. I think he'll be impactful. And I think he'll be joining Tomori, which is obviously a teammate of, it was an ex-teammate, both at Chelsea. So I think it was a no-brainer for him, a no-brainer for Chelsea, and a no-brainer for AC Milan. It's 14 million plus 4 million add-ons, 18 million. Not bad. Not bad for AC Milan at all. Plus, we don't know what the add-ons are. They could be 100 games, which means you've got another, like, 2 years until you pay off the... And if it's 100 games, like Loftus-Cheek, if he gets a bad injury, then it might even be longer. But hopefully not, man. Hopefully he stays fit and he can have a good career out there. But going on to the next bit of business, it's back to the Tottenham. It's back to the history of the Tottenham. This is a bit more of just like talk right now. There's no like they're interested. They're going to start speaking, but there's nothing in place bid wise, etc., etc. And it's for Mickey van der Ven, centre back from Wolfsburg, 22 years old. I don't know fuck all about this guy. But listen, he's valued at about 30 million. Sometimes it's these guys that you don't know about that are good players, so I'm not going to say nothing. But the only thing I will say is, oh my God, Tottenham, he better be good if you sign him. Because you could not sign a guy called Mickey, yeah, and then he's shit. Because Mickey Mouse, all the memes, all that will come. Yeah, if he don't do good. But listen, he looks like I see a few of his stats and stuff. I don't really go off stats a lot. Listen, I think football's a 50-50 split of stats and eye test. I think that is it. Like, I don't think you can name someone good, like the best for one nor the other. I think eye test normally does more for me than stats, because there is such thing as stat padding. We all know that. You can pass a ball to someone, they can go round 6 people, score, and you get an assist. So the same way, the other way, someone can pass the ball through 5 people, open goal, you tap it in, it's a goal. It looks like you've done a Maddison. If you score 10 of them, people like, he scored 10 in his last 10, and it's like, yeah, fair enough, he scored, but it was put on a plate for him. So I'm not really into the stats, but we'll see about this one. If it progresses on or whatever, I'm not too sure what's going to happen with that one. Next, we go back to Mason Mount. This has been ongoing for a while now. I mean, Man United, fair play to Man United. And I think this goes down to what I read earlier, that Man United have only given Ten Hag 100 million this season without selling players. And obviously they haven't sold anyone yet because the people they want to sell are shit. Let's be honest. So I think for me, Man United have done the good thing. They've said 55 million is their ceiling, and they've walked away. They've left it on the table and walked away and said, listen, we ain't negotiating anymore. You think about that, take it or leave it. And it looks like they're going to come to the conclusion over the next day or two. I do think Chelsea are going to accept the offer. I think Mason Mount's probably pushing for it. He wants to leave. He ain't going to sign a new deal. And I don't see them. I think they were hoping that someone else would come in with a little bit higher. No one wants him, really. Like, it's not that he's a bad player. I like Mason Mount. I would not be against Mason Mount being in the Arsenal team. I wouldn't be going to pay 60 million for him, personally, after the business we've been doing. But like, he's not a bad player, and I think people have understood that he kind of wants to go Man United and that, and they can't really be asked to like go in there, and 60 mil is a lot of money for him. So yeah, fair play to Man United on this one, man. It's not really how Man United normally do business. It's a change for Man United. It's almost like Arsenal and Man United have swapped places for a season, man. I like it, man. I love it, man. But yeah, lastly, going on to a bit of transfer news from Man City. Obviously, Man City have pulled out of the Rice. I was going to say Mason again. The Declan Rice move, which I'll get onto more in another video. But yeah, it looks like they're going for Gabri Veiga from Celta Vigo. I think that's how you say it. Valued at 30 million. I think his release clause is 40 million. I think Arsenal were looking at him at one point. Liverpool were looking at him. Newcastle were looking at him. And now Man City are looking at him. And I think he's obviously a talent. I think he's 21 years old. Central midfielder. I think he's more of an attacking role midfielder, which would mean like it makes sense, because I feel like if he's more of a goal scoring midfielder, more of an like final third midfielder, him and Kovacic both coming in kind of as one create Gundogan. So it would be a good signing for them, you know. And Man City are at a point where, and I'll come on to it in the other video with the Rice thing, but they're at a point in their club, they can take risks, man. It's like Arsenal, right? We can take risks in certain positions, right? They can take risks in any position. For example, we can take a little bit of a risk now in, say, a winger, a right winger, because we know we're not really signing anyone that's going to go ahead of Saka. So if you want to maybe see someone, you think, oh, he could be really good, this could be a steal, you've got the capabilities to buy it, because if you don't work out, you've got Saka and then you go again. Whereas if it's somewhere where you've got no one in that position and something happens, then you're screwed, you know? So fair play, Man City. And I think they'll end up if they want him, they'll end up getting him. We know that. But that's all for Unbiased Transfer Talk today. I'll be back tomorrow with another video to bring you hopefully more cool transfer news. It's very early, but there's a lot getting done, man. I'm really enjoying this transfer window. Obviously, this is my first transfer window doing videos. So it's a bit different. Like you sort of like see yourself like looking at the transfers more. It's crazy. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, share it about, man. Show the love. Comment below what you think about the transfer window, what you think your club should do or shouldn't do, etc., etc. And I'll be back tomorrow. And I'll also be back with another video today. Unbiased Sports. Peace.